Good evening, everyone. Let's dance. Find a partner. You don't need to know what you're doing, but you won't learn by sitting down. Take your arch and move it to number 2 and number 3. I didn't do any of this kind of dancing until I moved to New Hampshire. That was 50-some years ago. And a friend took me to a contra dance, and it's been downhill ever since. Swing your partners, don't step on her. The caller is sort of the MC of the evening. I'm the person who's deciding on the program, communicating with the musicians, looking out at the dance floor and getting a sense of how it's going. Face your partner. You're going to shake right hands with your partner 4 times. Go. It's doing subtle social engineering to encourage the young people to mix with the old people, to encourage everyone to dance with different people, to dance in different parts of the hall so that it's not just you and your 7 best friends dancing in the same square all evening. The whole point is to build a community out of all these people who are here. Place around the corner, arm left.
I guess David decides what dance he's going to teach, and he'll call over his shoulder what he wants the music to be, or if he wants us to choose it, and then Sue and I will kind of put our heads together and basically just think of our favorite tune of the moment that might fit the dance, and then we go at it from there.
Minstrel boy, give D-Dog.
I think one of the coolest things for me about playing for dances as opposed to, say, concerts, is that the entire room full of people is participating.
I love playing for dances because I don't think the dancers realize, or at least when I was a dancer, I didn't realize how much the musicians were observing what was going on the floor. I love the music, and my style is an old style. It's the same thing that I heard when I was growing up.
And then we have this large contingent of sit-ins, and that's become its own thing. I think the record was 27 sit-ins one night. Ready, set, here we go. It's a barn dance in a by God barn, and it's a beautiful barn, and thanks to Alex Ray and the Common Man, we get this barn for free. You talk about building community. Alex understands what a gift this is to all of us.
It just has grown every month. I don't even know, is this the 3rd year?
So we only do it seasonally because this is a wedding barn and Saturday, so we can't do it in the summer.
People have said this is the most meaningful thing they participate in because it's just pure joy. There's no hidden agenda. People of all ages, all walks of life come together. Nobody knows each other. They're not from a group in this area. They just come together because there's joy, there's music, and there's a chance to be in harmony with other people.
So there's a long history of dancing. I mean, dancing has been part of American social fabric for as long as we've had a country. Before that, I mean, by the late 1600s, there were dancing masters in Boston. It's a rich tradition that's always been here in one form or another, and tonight is just another form of that. One of the things at this particular series is we focus on traditional dances of northern New England. And a lot of the people who come to this dance over time learn the dances.
There's wide age ranges of people that participate, which is, of course, going to be important if this tradition is going to continue.
In our society, there are not many places where people of that many different ages get together to do something other than to sit as an audience.
It creates a lot of great ambiance in the room with people of all different ability levels, backgrounds, all kinds of different instruments.
It's fun because
they're not just dancing, they're also singing along to it. And the people who don't know it, because we always get dozens of people on any given night who are brand new, they get just pulled in. I mean, how hard is it to learn because, just because, and you hear where that comes around again and again and again.
Run back home, do-si-do, your partner.
It doesn't matter if you get every step right. That's not the point. The point is to have fun. This is a social event. Nobody's staring at you as a musician. You're just playing, having a good time, providing music so people can enjoy themselves. That's what it's all about. And passing on that tradition. That's so important.
In a place like this, it's not so much about trying to recreate the past as it is enjoying a tradition that is timeless.